Hello and welcome back to Humankind. So, today we'll be looking to see if we can resolve this little conflict going on between us and the Yellow Rose team. We are looking to move in with our armies here. We are beginning to, no, we've not quite managed to raid and pillage enough to get any new hordes spawned, but the question now is, do we go straight for this capital? Whereas I'm still as of yet unsure as to how the siege mechanics work, which could be a bit of an issue. We can find out, but again, don't fully know myself. Or we might want to go around to the borders over here and perhaps see if we can get some more units, but I think we'll be fine. During a siege, no defender's army can move in or out of the city. As the attacker, you can choose between maintaining the siege, launching an attack, or retreating, the latter leading to the destruction of any of your siege weapons. Note that the resolution of the siege will also depend on your opponent's tactics. Use the Maintain Siege button to learn more about this option. Their battle management. They've got some, yeah, they'll be bringing in a lot of guys, but they're all going to be melee based. We might be able to just carve them up and kite them about. But that said, we are in a very small condensed area here, in which they may be able to navigate around me. But if I could take this high ground here, move some Mongols onto there and shoot down onto them, that could be an interesting play. Okay. We'll maintain the siege. The game will end in 25 turns. Well, it might be done then. Let's see if we can get some stars before the finish. Let's try. Seems okay. Right, we're higher up here. So, we're higher up. We should absolutely be able to do a lot of damage here. And we've got plenty of units we can keep calling in here. And we can keep raining arrows down on them all. Right, well, I guess we'll kill these off. And we'll start wearing these down. And we can move here. Right. I think that we'll end there. In fact, no, can we get around here as well? We can. And there's more back here. Right, we should. Wow. And that's just our opening. Okay. Okay, they're spawning in their extra regiments there. Even though the swordsmen are getting into melee range, the problem is that they've been weakened so heavily on the way that they're no longer doing very much damage. Our opening salvo was just way too good. Right. That's going to be wiped out. As in all likelihood of these guys here. Ooh. Right. Let's see what else we can do here. Right, I think this is pretty much a wash. This. They'll have so little strength left next turn that to attack us will be to kill themselves. That's where we're going to be leaving this at. Though I am going to move these back here just in case I have to pull them around to support this flank. But I think we can leave it there. Let's see what they do in response. My only worry is this unit here. They're getting flanked on too many sides, even though the units hitting them have lost a lot of their strength. The fact that they're getting hit from all sides could see the end of them. Right. So we'll attack with our stronger units first. Right. These two are nearly gone, as are these here. Right. They're defeated. These are too. Right. And we can keep this unit in. They're at no risk of dying. And I don't think there'll be any more after that. I think we've got them all. And that's an era star for us for military victories. Right. Very nice. Our empire is looking huge at this point now.
The snake is defanged, but still a snake.
Assess your opponent's surrender terms and accept or decline. No terms proposed. War score will be fully converted to reparations. 0 selected term plus we'll get like 2 grand. No. These terms are unacceptable. War will continue. Your refusal will result in an increase in the other empire's war support. Right, let's have a look. We've finished a industrial district here. If I'm remembering, was the plan to put a commons quarter here and then sort of surround it in like an hourglass shape of other districts, like one here, then everything else around. I think it might have been. The districts, by the way, seem very powerful, whereas the infrastructures so far, I've not used them much, but they don't seem to be as incentivized. Like, ooh, additional food per horse. I mean, what, we're gonna eat them? But we've got food per. I guess it's not the worst. Some of these, like, but +3 food on a harbour and then +1 food on. It's not bad, but they're not. I think these are probably more later game, in all fairness. A lot of them seem that way. I'm wondering, maybe the cost should be reduced to sort of incentivise you more to go for them. I'm unsure. Okay. Culture's heritage. Marching through the gates, however, it was clear the defeated citizens were equally proud of their own colourful culture. What do you make of their customs and rites? Cultural blessing, new civic. Monoculture will move us very heavily towards nationalism. Multiculturalism. Oh, now here's a landmine to step on when you're on YouTube, isn't it? Do you believe in monoculturalism or multiculturalism? 5 influence on the main plaza. 5 turns before being converted by others' influence on territory. Do we want to protect our culture or gain influence? I don't have civic points, so I don't have to care. We will choose a new culture soon. And we'll see if we can take a few more cities before we're finished here. Is that really it? Did they genuinely attach all of their... Really? I can't believe that. I thought I were doing pretty nifty by attaching one territory to each of my cities. I thought I were doing well. They attached every single one down here to their capital. We need to raise stability here. Will any of these give stability? No. It's trending towards 0% because... My god, how much have they built? Jesus Christ. The AI must be cheating or something. You take over their cities and they are not in any way set up to be functional. Not even in the slightest bit. We'll move these along the border. Give them another turn to just recover. We'll skip the turns for now. A merchant. The markets flourish, full of life and tantalizing smells. The decision to let the traders from a distant land into the city has paid off handsomely. Prosperous on Lothal for 10 turns. 50 money, nice. So we'll get 150 gold from that. That's like a bit over half a turn worth of money. I don't really know what to do with these now. These horseman scout type people. I guess I'll just bring them back here, maybe station them at Leventa just in case the peasants get any thoughts about uprisings. Right. A builder star has been earned. Close to victory in the war. They're about to lose their war support. We've got enough for one civic. Exchanges between the people of this city and its neighbours led to a minor technological breakthrough. Enjoy this zero science boost. Oh my! How amazing! We got zero science. Or is it gonna show the preview or? Well, we'd be in a fort versus them in a fort because the forts touch each other. Good God. But it's just gonna be peasants, so absolutely we should just take that. Right. Let's assault. We don't want anyone up there, they'll not be able to get back down. I guess. Right. The first thing we want to do is to get these here. With these out of the picture, we can now move units to... No, can we not? Can we not move around to here? No. What's blocking this? Is it just because it's their fort that I can't move over to it? Right. Well, so be it. Now these spearmen are anti-cavalry. We absolutely want to deal with them. Unfortunately, I can only get this one unit on them. I thought that by getting this unit on these, I'd be able to bring these two units through and hit them from the flanks, but I misunderstood that mechanic, so we'll just have to deal with the blow. If I can't enter through here, we'll move these units round as backup for these here. So we'll end our turn. Just headbutts the horse. Ooh, a nasty salvo that was. I like how, because it recognises their range, it actually plays their attack while they're on the approach. It does make it look like more of a battle, rather than this. We do our animation, now they do their animation, and it tries to actually, you know, make an attempt to make it seem as if they're actually fighting to a certain extent, which is quite nice. Yeah, they're going to be gone. Done. Here's the question now, though. We've defeated them, and they had a vassal. So there's a good question. What happens with that? You are at war. Surrender terms. Total, we have 179. Ooh, they could become our vassal. Give Alcor, Beekdu, Furud, Dubni. I assume these are all various territories. Just seeing if I can see the names of these territories somewhere. If there's maybe a focus on, maybe. If enabled, when possible, open a notification will focus on the. Ah, right. No, I don't want that. Hexagonal grid, outputs. I wish there were an easy way, because I can see this, it's a city, but the territories don't have the names on them, and I'm not fully certain how to bring that up. Hover over this. I mean, it literally says Stonefield Administrative Centre. It doesn't tell me the name of. And then when you click on it, it brings. Okay, so that's Nickaway. Ah, here we go. So clicking on one brings up some kind of map mode where I can see all of them. Nickaway, Dubby, Ukda. Horrible names. It doesn't matter now though, the game's nearly over. That will be probably done on the end of this recording, and Wezen down there. So I can ask them for example, I can tick. So I can't tick this, I assume I'd have to. There must be some that I've not captured. Force under your opponent's population has had enough of this war. Take advantage of the situation to force a peace treaty entirely on your terms. Right, I'm going to save this here just in case I get this wrong, because I've not done this, I've not used this interface before. If I click on this without clicking on anything, there isn't Leventa here. I cannot have Leventa. You are forcing them to surrender. Select surrender terms you want, then all of their demands will be erased. Alright, so I can literally. Okay, right. What's left? They've got a territory left. If I knew where that was, I may literally be able to completely subjugate them. I'm suspecting it's down here. You know what, for now, we'll just. I don't know if there's time left to find that last territory and then grab it all. So we'll just force the surrender. Where was it? So it was down here then, wasn't it? No, we took this area. We took it all. Yeah, we literally had everything. But now we get to see a lot more of the world, because we've got all their maps. So we have these the English now.
How do you do?
So we've got the English, we've got the Ghanaians who and because the English were their vassal, they are now our vassal. We've discovered a bunch of New World Wonders, nice glacier there. We've now found the Aztecs. Isn't this the same model as the brown bear people?
You have my.
Not quite. Okay.
If I cannot teach you wisdom, I will teach you regret.
Great blue hole has been discovered. Hang on. Let me minimize that. So, great blue hole. Okay. Danakil Desert. Yep. Looking good there. There's a nice little city here. A few buildings, eh? Ah, so it looks like the are those just like a specific temple building, whereas mine's the Temple of Artemis. I don't think you can claim things multiple times, can you? Yeah, so mine must be a special one. Rub al Khali. Bit of desert there, okay. And we've got trade route blocked. Violence has halted our trade with the Babylonians. Wow. The map, by the way, looks absolutely huge. In fact, is there a way to... Yes, I can pan using the click and hold. Yeah, so... The map is huge. And this looks like it's mostly, in all likelihood, ocean, though there might be some areas out there, but... So we've got the... On the Babylonians are in this part here. This is their empire. Largely desert and plains. We've got Carthage. The brown bears here, who have been trade dealing with, who are pushed up against our borders. Probably good that we didn't poke the bear in this case. They are quite sizable, and they seem to invest a lot in cities rather than linking everything together. The Babylonians, another team that, rather than have many cities, have built up a few very large ones with lots of linked territories. The Boers, my god, look at that. They got boxed in. Then we've got these here, the Black Eagles. Very interesting. And then the Aztecs, that's why we didn't see them this entire time. They were all the way down there with multiple civilizations between us and them. And with that, we'll move on. So, before we finish, we can go as the Dutch. The Dutch being mercantile for money from traders. We get a warehouse and a unique range combat unit must have line of sight, conveyor, increased movement speed. Replaces land units which embark onto travel. I like how you can get unique units that replace your transport ships. That's interesting. That so naval civilizations can actually. I imagine they would be very good at launching naval invasions because their actual units would be able to bombard. Their actual ground units would be able to fight on the oceans, bombard the tiles they're about to land upon, and then go in afterwards. They could be very useful, those, for naval invasions. I'd be terrified of those and like Vikings and things. Agrarians here, so food for farmers on all cities. We get a plantation here, food for a number of territories. That would be very good for us if we'd have not subjugated them, but actually taken things from them. Food for adjacent farms quarter. I will say though, it does seem to disincentivize um, uh, large wars that. I mean, I kind of like the idea of, you take it bit by bit almost in Crusader Kings, but it does mean that you can't just beat them once really well, and I mean, you can, but you'll vassalize them. Just claiming territory-wise, it'd have to be several wars over a long period of time. Because even then, we took all his territory. We couldn't just claim it all with our war score because we'd not won enough battles. Even though we'd won enough battles to obliterate him, something like civilization, that would be ours now. All of it would have annexed it. Science on lake and coastal water. So big science nation here. So that's the Joseon. Oh, I need to be reading the quotes on these as well. For the intrepid, the world is an endless festival of commerce. Let the roots of peace spread to all points of the compass. Yes, that's us. Peaceful people, right? As in the celestial realm, so in the earthly one. The Ming. If your words are worthless, hold your tongue. And this is influence these go for. We just get 25% bonus to civic points. Tea houses. Influence per district, 10 stability, influence per adjacent commons. So put a load of those around your commons quarters. That'd be interesting. You could set up a city that's just commons quarters and tea houses, and it could be quite ridiculous. Then we've got rocket carts, so that's probably a Hwacha, I think it's pronounced. Hwacha? Yeah. Mughals. Industrious. Pay your stonemasons well, for their works offer immortality. 2% industry per number of territories in your sphere of influence on the capital. Industry per worker. We get faith, industry, so we get this unique district which gets bonuses per maker's quarter. And we get war elephants with guns on the top. Ottomans. All great cities are a living testament to an empire's glories, and these will be, yes, expansionists. Attach outpost cost is cheaper. We get a unique district which gives us faith per district, influence, and influence for adjacent districts. So just place that around a lot of other districts. Janissaries, so they're your riflemen, and they get bonuses to siege. Okay. The Poles. When surrounded by wolves, swords must be drawn. Better fortifications. Barbican. If a land unit spawn is fortified. Oh, is a land unit spawn is fortified. Protects neighbouring tiles from being ransacked. It's a fort, and they get the winged hussars. I know there's a lot of people who really like their hussars. If you're one of them, we've got you covered. The Spanish. Every kingdom divided against itself shall be rendered desolate. Combat strength on units starting their turn in non-allied territory, so bonuses to attacking essentially. We get a cathedral that gives faith for population in adjacent districts, and of course we get conquistadors, so a unique range unit that generate money. Okay. And Venetians, which are merchants who get influence for number of trade routes. We get a unique building that gives us influence and influence for market quarters. So these are another merchant one. And then Galice. It's either Galice or Gallius. Probably Gallius. Got some cannons on it, though, hasn't it? Gun platform, no special rules. Inner Sea Mastodonte. Much higher combat strength when in coastal waters. Okay. So coastal defence unit. Ours were militarists, correct? I don't think though we have any more horde units. So I think the hordes, well, nomad units they're called, aren't they? That bonus that gives you the yeah. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't look at that before. Ramming. That is a spiky ship. I like the look of that. Oh, these like Native American types then, with stolen guns and things. Interesting. Cannot be. They're stealthy. Okay. Bit of ambushing there. I'm not entirely certain which to go for here. None of the last in the last move forward, I was very much taken by a few of them actually. Vikings, British, well, English, Mongols, all looked pretty good. But these I'm not so certain. What could we go for here? What bonuses do the Ottomans get? Pretty terrible. Hussars, heavy cavalry. When charging the target cannot retaliate. When charging the target cannot retaliate. Fast, hard-hitting mounted unit able to charge enemies. Receives bonus combat strength if attacking non-adjacent enemies. Unable to climb fortifications. And we get forts. Spanish conquistadors. We get faith from that, and we just get bonus. Again, none of these really strike me. How close are we to getting any? We're close to getting a few actually here. We'll get those. I'll have a little think about it, but we'll be ending soon. We'll push through to the end, I think, on this episode. I may ask for reparations.
Do something clever today. Sign this treaty.
I must ask my people.
Units will expire.
This will be a blessing for all parties. I accept.
You know what?
Finally, something good happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't really care about that then. Okay.
A proposal?
Everyone's like, would you like a treaty? We'd really like to not be murdered. And these are all just waiting about now. Well, I suppose there's not much more use for them now. I suppose if we quickly... Where could we put this to get maximum production for it? We could put it here. this. And we'll try to do it as quickly as possible.
Greetings, Sovereign.
You're concerned for the people of the unjust rule to end. I'm big and scary. Let's see how they react. Because they're trying to wipe out my new ally up here. I'm now the world's superpower. Apparently. Yep, and grievance available.
Yes, greetings. I hope you don't mind if I stay.
Okay, the great city of Harappa is busting at the seams. Countless souls press within the city's tight borders in dense squalid quarters. Case of madness and the rise. Religious leaders contend that demonic forces are behind the afflictions, while philosophers argue for natural causes. Both are strong voices. What is your response? Study. Learning on cities, right? Or judge. They're sinners and we'll get money. Now we'd go for the science. Study. Let's see how close we are now. We're one turn off of getting... oh wow. Right, let's just let them wait it out, I suppose. And Harappa, we want to build a mighty cathedral here. We'll build it on some otherwise useless land, I suppose. We've got Stonehenge there, we've got Temple of Artemis here. Trying to think of a good spot. Oh, it's not really used much. What if we just put it next to this giant lake here? Nah, still probably spawn. Next to a mountain. Yeah, there, that'll do. And then, if we go to Waffle, that'll shorten it. Yeah, so multiple cities can put production towards. That's nice to know. We'll shorten it even more. And more. 11. Down to 11 turns. I like that feature. You can rush wonders rather than being sat there for all of eternity. Station them all there. Chivalry has been researched. Era star unlocked. Ooh, we're about to get that little bit of extra gold. Centralizing power. Ooh, that might not be the best idea. Are we sure we want to research this? I mean, just saying, guys, I'm from the future, and I can tell you, centralizing power, not always the best idea. Just saying. What can we upgrade these to? Knights. Ooh. Oh. Actually, no, we let them free. Well, quote unquote free. We decided not to literally rule over them. They're now a subject of ours. We've got a merchant start. We're not due any others anytime soon, so we will call it there on that, I think. Their war has been ended. And these will be... Oh, we need iron. Okay, so we need strategic resources. Probably good we won that war last era, eh? Otherwise we would be a little bit out of luck there. Right. We've just built a civics quarter here. What about food here? +9. Ooh. There's a hell of a bonus. Yeah, that seems legit. Civics backlash. When a territory is under the influence of another empire, a civics backlash can occur. The population asks their leader to adapt to this foreign influence and take a similar stance on a given civic. Understood. Study your population to demand changes concerning army composition. What is my current stance on army composition? Do I have one? Oh, plundered wages, because we... yeah. Culture map. Really? They've been influenced by the Japanese? Are we certain about that? Ghanaians. Oh, is that their other? That's their other one there. Oh. So they did have another city. Why the hell is that over there in the middle of... How is that? What? What happened for that to get put there? Very odd. Maybe they took it in a war or something. I don't know. Could be anything. Right. Define this at a stability cost. Defined on... Doesn't tell me what defined is. -50. Jesus Christ. That's a hell of a thing. Right. Keep culture. You have this will improve your fame gains, but your emblematic units might become a little outdated. Like, I just... Oh, I don't need influence or civics there. Layer on coastal water. Science per adjacent research quarter, 3 science and district producing science. +1 researcher slot on a city outpost. Dragonhead mounted on the bow and a deck covered with spikes. These turtle ships strike fear into the enemy. Could just go over science a lot and just boost science. We will. My outfit looks so weird. We've become cultured now, you see.
Cartography, algebra, optics, astronomy. It's a time of discovery and exploration. But discoveries are not made solely by traders and adventurers. Those who explore with ships and caravans would go in circles without those who explore with pens and parchment.
Bit of flickering. Something now about loading them all in. It's fine waiting now though. Just seems to flicker in that cutscene. Getting known as a traitor, you treacherous bears. Ooh. Reparations. They've claimed villainous at your border.
You must pay for your treachery in soil.
We will refuse your demands.
To accept so little would tarnish my glorious name. You are lucky I am weak.
They're jealous.
I would ruin you.
You probably don't want to say that to me directly. That's just somewhat stupid. Right, let's have a look at... Who was it I'm annoyed at?
Hey,
No.
Sovereign.
It was... you. You can now vote one new civic. The Aztecs make the demand, withdrew their demands. Acknowledge. Population gain. A wonderful Great Barrier Reef has been found by another empire. Great Barrier Reef has been discovered. Ah, so one of my vassals. Ooh, it looks nice. Really? They subjugated them? Oh. Wow, if I will say one thing, as much as the wars aren't as decisive about just winning and taking over places, which is probably fair enough, because otherwise, let's be honest, if they were, as much as I beat the Yellow Roses, they would have completely taken everything from the, I think these were the Greeks at the time, but the purple towers here, they would have taken everything. This would all be yellow, and then I wouldn't have won here. They would have had way more stuff, been way more prepared, and probably ended up killing me. And then this entire region would be under their control. They'd have easily taken out the Aztecs, and then they'd be fighting everyone on here who, if they weren't unified at this point, they would have come across this land bridge and just stormed down here. Absolutely stormed them. Ooh, we've got an unclaimed island in the middle, I see, though. With some salt, pear and coffee. I see why no one's taken it. But yeah. So I suppose it's good in that respect. But one thing I will say is I do like that the actual battles are actual battles. But moreover... this one... okay, sounds... Knowledge is power. Alchemy researched. Scientist. You've chosen a scientist culture. You now have access to a special action related to science. Okay. Population loss. Acknowledge. Trade routes have been destroyed. They're always being destroyed. Everyone's constantly fighting along them. But yeah, so... legitimately... right now, here... with this. We honestly, if I were feeling particularly vindictive, now I wouldn't know how. But if I were to be able to, I'd have to build up a navy. Maybe if I'd have gone as that civ that gets special transport ship replacements, I could have sent an armada down south and then have invaded coastally here and taken out the well, they're the Kemmer right now, but yes, taken out the Black Eagle civilization down here, and that would have, well, I would have got this because that's their subject, so they become mine. I do like that, by the way. It doesn't free their subjects, that you just inherit them. And then I would have owned probably half of the map in total at that point. I think winning, once we've got our armies there, we'd then easily be able to win against the Babylonians. Build up forces along this border, build up forces along here, push in from both sides, and they'd just lose. I'd have them surrounded, get them in a vice, take out the brown bears. But then just leaves us with... Actually no, that would be it. Yeah, I can see how you'd win this. And it wouldn't be that hard. Monoculturalism, 5 turns before being converted by other. You know what? Let's enact that. Sure. And I don't even have to use a civics point. So I suppose if you want that civic, it doesn't use them for you. And we can probably press freedom, freedom of speech, propaganda, prevents any empire revolution, or we get bonus civic points. This moves us very much towards liberty and very heavily toward authority. Of course we're going to be freedom of speech. We're nice. We're the good guys now, even though we have 2 slave states, but it's fine. In true British style, we've got a couple of extra countries underneath us, but it's fine. We're the good guys. Public happiness. Modify entertainment, family infrastructures, industry cost by minus 50%. Public security. Modify health, family infrastructures by minus 50%. You're getting a bonus either way. This moves us towards liberty. This moves us towards authority. Happiness then, I guess. And then we haven't quite got enough for the last one. Communal or inherited. Create outpost costs it's cheaper, allows to claim, attach and merge territories with money instead of influence. That moves us very heavily toward individualism instead of collectivism. Well, we know what we'll spend as next one on, because there's literally nothing else to spend it on. Pressing matters. Oh yeah, we've got that. Right. Okay. It's just going to be a case of now clicking the end turn button until we're finished. And we'll see how it all ends. See if we've done enough. We should get a nice little boost of fame just before everything's over. Land rights, inherited, yes. End turn. Also, we can now attach yes, there we go. So we've now got Sus, which is this huge territory. We've got Gyokuri Galzu, which is this large territory here. Lothal, which is these two. Harappa, which is these two, and then we've got Mohenjo-daro, which is these two. I think the first thing that people make as a mod for this is just like additional names on the names list. That'll probably be the first thing people do, I imagine. Right, let's have a look then. Ooh, plus 10. Plus 6, plus 7. What else could we do here? Oh, there's science. We get plus 3 there. Not great. Hmm. Then probably get some farmland down. And some industry, and we can't put it in those areas. We'll be able to though by then. And in fact, honestly, I've queued up that much that the game will probably be over by then. Let's see what last wonders there are. We've completed the Angkor Wat. Basil's Cathedral here. St. Basil. So, faith, built a big faith building. Topkapi Palace. Stability. Production towards shared projects. Oh wow. And just additional industry. So that's a big... If you want to rush other wonders in the future, that's the one you want. Stability, money on settled cities, so just loads of money. We'll claim that. Can I claim multiple ones? No, it looks like you get one per era. Good question though, wasn't it? You never know. If we could have think of what we could have done. Right. Well, we shall finish it off. By out with population, Jesus Christ. Headbanging history. With cultural influence sky high, the Empire loves nothing more than a good story. And now a great one has come to light. Sadly, it begins with the death of one of the Empire's most beloved statesmen, an influential figure in Gyokuri-Galzu. Apparently, reliable sources in the city swear that this lord died after running into his bedchamber's door frame whilst chasing a half-dressed foreign ambassador. The lord's son, who's inherited his father's mantle, is begging that you silence the truth and promote a story that he died while hunting a great beast. What will you choose? So we can reveal, even if the death is quite stupid, it is the truth. History should know. Towards collectivism, or falsify that moves towards homeland. You know, I'm under the impression that you probably shouldn't really speak ill of the dead. As much as I think on the side of, well, you know, keeping records of history and that, but it's like, it's... The guy died, we don't need to tell everyone he died in a really stupid manner that undermines the entire existence up to that point. It's a bit cruel, especially if it's going to have repercussions on his family. Lost population. You may ask for we get so many, like...
I warn you, do not deceive me.
You stole the Great Barrier Reef. We want it. Gimme. Gibbs. They're not going to go for any of this. I wouldn't. Oh wow, but my war support is up there. If I wanted to just go, I could just go. Like we can throw down with them. We have nowhere near just to put it out there, we have nowhere near enough turns left. We are done in 8 turns. We will not win a war in 8 turns. I can move my units onto the ocean now, send them down there. I will not take that in 8 turns. Plus, I don't want this episode to go on for another hour. I want to just... Let's finish this up now, shall we? Right. Settlers. Melee combat unit, really? Create a colony with some industry and free population, as well as a set of infrastructures from the medieval era and earlier. Interesting. So basically, you get a unit that will specifically go out there and create better starting cities rather than rubbish. Very nice. And you know, we'll give centralized power and draftees a miss, shall we? That might be something that we probably could scratch from history, perhaps. Let's draft in peasants to fight in the wars and centralize the power and it's like, you know, we'll maybe in future playthroughs. As I say, we're no longer we've put down our Mongol horde ways now. We're the civilized nation. We Huns are a nation that cares. A foreign war has ended. The Babylonians now feel reverential. They're in awe of me, seeing mine as an example to strive upwards. It's too bad you can't literally offer them vassalage or something. Be like, hey, do you want in on this?
This imbalance will not last.
In future then, now that I know what I'm doing, we can probably crank the difficulty up a notch or two, eh? I think that's probably fair. The Khmer forgave... They forgave my heresy. How nice of them. We understand that you are vexed. You have not behaved as a friend should. Do not expect their help anytime soon. They don't... I do like that. So if you make demands then, it actually harms the relationship. Because normally on Civ they really don't care. So this you actually have to do act like a person for once, rather than just weighing things up, pros and cons. They actually note your demands that you're making and things. That's interesting.
Well,
Sullen.
what is your next move?
They are sore from a recent defeat, but too weak to do anything about it. You never know, they might just feel like I can beat them, and they might just literally give me all of this stuff. You are concerned about the people under unjust rule. Original reparation is no longer possible. We'll renounce this one. I'm not that fussed about money. I won't mind them others giving me a bit of territory though. That won't be too bad. These are all the era stars I've got. Oh no. These are all the strategic resources. I thought these were like different icons for like agrarian and militarist. No, that's... I mean, I suppose that's there, but I'm wondering if these were like the past ones from previous eras or something. But I'd like to see different art for these icons, like coloured art, rather than it all just being the same colour. It's difficult to kind of keep track of it. Maybe it could just be a number on the side as well that you hover over and it brings down a list of them, or something you click on. Unknown strategic resource, that'll be used for gunpowder then, I take it. Highway robbery. The Empire's trade routes resound with the noise of hooves on the dirt, creaking wheels and fluttering canvas. Caravans loaded with silks, spices and all manner of goods come and go from far climes, but near the cities these convoys are attracting the wrong kind of attention. Merchants ferrying gold along lucrative trade routes are being targeted by a notorious gang, and the traders seek your aid. What is your decree? We can spawn an army. We can lock down for minor stability in industry and hunt them. We will pay for hired guards to accompany the mercenaries. We will pay for hired guards to accompany the merchants. Or we'll enlist our own. Low chance, high chance. We'll go with that. How's the stability going? Good, so we're fine with that. I still get the feeling that eventually I'm going to... This is your last turn. The game has reached the turn limit. You will be remembered as Dama's mythical ruler. I am a mythical ruler. There we go, in writing. End game. -6. We have excess. Taj Mahal. Let's claim another. Let's pump our score up. Where can we put it? Where can we put it? I want to put it somewhere. It's got to go somewhere. Basil Cathedral. We'll put it next to another mountain. That looks nice. -14. Ooh. Can I do one from here and a few from there, perhaps? -14 to finish. -14 to finish. Ugh. -14 to finish. Ooh. It'll not leave us with many people. And we've still got excess. Quick before the end here. We needed an adjacent river. There! We don't have the population, unfortunately. But we do here. Alright. Alright. I'm good. I think that's me. That's my last one. We'll replace those people with many more with the amount of food we can get from here now. Just wow. The amount of... Oh, we can plant forests now. That's nice. Oh. Probably want to get that granary up finally. 150 turns in. Builds granary. You know what? You can all build granaries. 6,288 points, largest empire on the map because these are our vassals as well. Let's send it. Let's see how it is. What year is that? 595 CE. Does that mean AD or? I'm assuming, I guess. Let's go. Nice presentation. Bronze in that category. Boom. 20 points. Ooh. 250 points to Gryffindor. I had to make the joke. Lots of stars. Plenty going on. All of that bonus. Did very well in the ancient era. Classical era. This is, we'll start seeing a big boost here. I think this is when we got Stonehenge. Alright, and that, yeah. Built past it. Built a wonder. Plenty of stars again. We got gold on whatever that is. Not as well though in the classical era. We've got thousands in the ancient era. Medieval put us forward though now. Lots and lots of bonuses there. Gold on science. Yes, very nice. Early modern. Then it's industrial after that. Very, very nice. With a few little wonders toward the end. The Younger. The Babylonians. Did they ever move away from Babylonian? So keeping in mind we were like what, 6,288 or something? Like, then yeah, they're just kept as the Babylonians. Oh no, these were the people who keep their culture the same all the way through, aren't they? Yes. So we've got the Tamulins, the Ball tribe. So we're still in the lead at the moment. Tamulins became the Assyrians. So they were going for conquest, really? It looks like they very much lost their conquests. Not doing very well at all. I think again we're going to have to crank the difficulty up. First game and I've done this well. I need to crank that difficulty way up. Or maybe they're just still improving the AI. You never know. Could be either or. One and a half thou. It's funny to think I'd beaten these by the ancient era. At the end of the ancient era I'd beaten them. Those stars don't give you very much at the beginning. It really seems like you want to quickly get out of the Neolithic. You're not really getting much extra from the additional stars. And there, they're just not a whole lot. Also, did they go as the Celts? Interesting. Interesting. The Celt outfit looks quite cool. The Hun one is, the Hun and the Mongol ones did as well. I like the idea of them with bits of fur around them. I always like that look. and then they became the Aztecs, and I do not believe they went any further than that. Their science stagnated. Are they not even going to make 1,000? They're not. Ooh. Now these were doing alright, these. These are doing quite well. Egyptians. Into the Maya. Moving to the then medieval. Where we go is the Khmer. I'm not certain how to pronounce that, but nearly 1.6. These have done quite well then. They'll not beat me, but I do like the I think at the end though here, the sort of like a replay almost, isn't it? These are probably the only ones who are going to get near me here. They did quite well. They had a nice sizable empire, lots of cities, built a lot of wonders I noticed, and they were actually ahead of me for a little while on tech and, well, maybe not fully on tech, maybe they rushed certain lines in the tech tree, but they did get to the modern era before me. If they'd have been more aggressive and pressed that advantage, I could have been in trouble. But they didn't, they expanded in the opposite direction, it seems. But we are going to see one getting into multiple thousands here, which will be interesting. Let's have a look. I think they'll be between 3 and 4 thou. I think they've done quite well. Depends how much they've done here though. Yeah, roughly where we're expecting. These won't do well, they got vassalised very early on too. They kept quite sizable though, so they might get somewhere. They might crest 1,000, but I'd be surprised if they got much more. So they went into being a warlike nation and again lost. I'm a bit bewildered by that, how non-warlike nations were crushing the warlike ones. Might be an economy thing. That's when, I think it were around here they became subjugated. Yep, bit more. They've gone over 1,000. We'll see where that leads them to. And I think they ended on the English. I think they stagnated here. So I think this was when they'd been taken over. And you can kind of tell there they didn't really get very far afterwards. Kind of, like I said, stagnated. These were doing very well for a long time. So they'll get, yes, early on, everyone else on 20, they managed to push to even higher. They got to 70, they got to a very strong start. Moving then to the Olmecs, again did very well in this part. Keeping in mind I had over 2,000 points at this point. So I really slingshotted ahead. That was the expansion part of my growth. That's when I went into expansion. And this is when they fell. They might crest 2,000, but I wouldn't expect much more. That's about what I'd expect. And then I don't think they made it to early modern, did they? Because I clipped their wings, unfortunately for them. Right. Is that everyone? Skip. Third were the people who stayed as the same guys all the way through. Second, I was expecting that. They were doing really well. And I came first. The Harappans, the Nubians and the Babylonians. Ancient, best era, ancient, medieval. And we can look at the statistics. So fame, as you can see, so I'm here. We get into the so we go ancient era, and suddenly we are just shooting upwards here. And second era, not too bad. Third era, so. But then it starts really going up. That's when we're winning that war, and we just got all those military bonuses. I think all those military stars and so on, and then just plateauing here and eking out a bit extra before the very end. So other fames. So the others were kind of a steady trend upwards. Food. Oh wow. Oh, these were there. I was nowhere near on food with other people, but industry. Ah, is that the orange team, the Babylonians? Oh no, they're down here. So this is the brown bears. That makes sense. They were doing very well. Money, yes. I just started. When did that? When the hell did that? What was that there? Just suddenly, yes, all the money. Did I get paid grievances or something there? Or was that money per turn? I think that must have been a trade agreement or something. Science, boom. Just this reasonable trend, a bit higher than the others. Then it started overtaking, snowballing. The brown bears, started catching up at points. But then, toward the end, I overtook again. Influence, stability, everyone's pretty high on that. Population, yes, nice curve upwards that. Religion, oh wow, I just suddenly, that's when I took that civic, isn't it? I think then you want to avoid just taking that all together, I guess. So that literally just stops your faith. And then there's trade. The Browns were doing very well on a lot of these, better than me in some. Military, the Black Eagles and Aztecs, and everyone's really much higher than me on military. I'm surprised at that, because when I faced the Yellows, I was expecting a much greater military response. I was a bit worried that I'd underprepared, and then I just whomped them. And cities I did alright on. Okay. Territories controlled 10. Districts built 74. Battles won 7. Units defeated 32. So let's go territories controlled. So 10, 13, 2. Really 2 all game? 8, 10, 15, 7, and 9. Also, it moves these areas around for you as well, so you can see what happened here. So, districts built 74, 44, 9, 26, 39, 110, 27, and 45. These were definitely looking to rival on and possibly best me. If they were in a higher difficulty, I would be very afraid of these. Very expansionist, very scary. Battles won 7, units defeated 32. 10 and 37 here. 14 and 45 here. They did really well. They just didn't really go to war at all. 6 and 14 didn't do much warring either. 37 and 69. Jesus Christ. They were smacking people about. 5 and 17. 5 and 18. And then we can look at the eras on the right here. So my first era, the ancient era, was really long for me. They spent a long time in the Neolithic. As did they. That's probably why they've not done very well. Ooh. That's pretty evenly spread actually, that's quite nice, but they didn't make it to the 4th era unfortunately. Am I right? I'm going to compare that with mine as well too. And yeah, that's fairly split, and too long in the 3rd era, they never made it to the 4th because I clipped their wings there. But so just out of curiosity, yeah, so I was in the 1st era way longer than anyone else. They were in the 4th era long before me. I spent a long time in the 1st and 3rd eras compared to everyone else. I very quickly went through the 2nd. Anyway, interesting, very interesting. Right, we're about hour and a half going here, but extra long episode for the finale. Enjoy. I think that'll do it though now. Thank you very much for watching. That is the end of this current build of Humankind. We'll play more as they add more, introduce new builds, and probably toward I think it's toward the end of summer or early next autumn. It's early autumn coming that it will be released and we'll be able to have a full playthrough perhaps. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.